Today, we're talking about the one thing that can make or break any relationship. And no, I'm not talking about love. I'm not talking about loyalty. I'm talking about boundaries. If you've struggled in your relationship, chances are that you don't have boundaries in place. So in today's video, I want to go over 10 critical boundaries that you need to enforce, like if your life depends on it, if you want a healthy, fulfilling relationship. And if you want to know why some people just can't seem to leave a cheating partner and move on from their infidelities, then make sure you watch this video right here. After you finish watching this one, I'll have the tab in the end card and also leave a link in the description down below. But this video is for those who are done with being walked over, done with being disrespected. I'm going to break down 10 boundaries that you need to stick with, and I'll tell you exactly what you need to do to demand the respect that you deserve. Let's begin. 1, respect your time. Your time is the most valuable asset. Once it's gone for good. But here's the reality. Too often we give people permission to waste it. When a partner constantly runs late, cancels last minute, or expects you to rearrange your life for them, they're treating your time like it's worth nothing. That's not love. That's selfishness, plain and simple. To establish a real boundary, you gotta make it clear that your time has value. Don't be afraid to say no when they start expecting you to wait around or bend your schedule. You're not a backup plan and you're not a convenience. A healthy partner respects your time just as much as their own. And you have to model this respect first by honoring your own schedule and commitments. Remember, respect for time isn't just about punctuality, it's about priority. Are they prioritizing their commitment to you? Or are you constantly compromising for their convenience? Set this boundary without hesitation. A real partner, they won't make you feel like an afterthought or a waiting room. They'll be there on time because they value you and the time that you give them. Don't settle for anything less. 2, emotional accountability. Now, in any strong relationship, emotions should be handled with maturity and respect. But let's get one thing straight. A healthy relationship isn't about putting up with tantrums, silent treatments, or emotional manipulations. Emotional accountability means that each partner owns up to their feelings instead of using those feelings as a weapon or a way to avoid responsibility. So, what does this look like? It's refusing to accept passive-aggressive behaviors, guilt tripping, or mind games. If your partner is using emotions to manipulate or control, that's not a sign of love. That's a sign of disrespect. And you need to establish that you won't tolerate toxic emotional behavior. Let them know emotions are valid, but weaponizing them is not. Healthy relationships aren't about walking on eggshells. They're about both people feeling safe to communicate openly. This boundary creates that safety by making it clear that you only engage in honest, respectful conversations. Now, if someone can't take responsibility for their emotional reactions, they're not ready for a real relationship. Demand emotional accountability because a relationship without it is a ticking time bomb. So set this boundary and you'll be protecting both your heart and your peace of mind. 3, personal space. Now, true love doesn't mean giving up your independence. Healthy relationships require personal space. If someone doesn't respect your need for alone time or constantly invades your personal boundaries, then they're not showing you love. They're showing you control. You see, love is freedom, not confinement. Personal space is essential because it allows both people to grow individually. When you give each other some space, you're saying, I trust you. It's a powerful message of respect. If a partner insists on knowing where you are every second, who you're with, and what you're doing, that's not love, that's insecurity. The right partner will understand that time apart strains your connection rather than weakens it. Set this boundary by clearly communicating your need for personal time and space. If they truly value the relationship, they'll respect that. A relationship that's built on trust, it won't crumble if you spend an evening alone or take time to pursue, some personal interests. Healthy love respects individual boundaries and embraces independence because it knows that a fulfilled partner is a better partner. Remember, you're not here to be monitored. Demand respect for your space and watch your relationship grow stronger because of it. 4, honest communication. Now, honesty is the foundation of trust. But let's make this clear. Honesty without respect is cruelty. It's not about saying whatever comes to your mind or speaking your truth without caring about the impact of the other person. Honesty in a healthy relationship is grounded in respect, clarity, and kindness. It's not a weapon to hurt each other, but a tool to connect. Honest communication means having the courage to address issues openly without sugarcoating, but also tearing each other down. You see, You need to set boundaries that makes it clear. Communication isn't a license for insults, blame, or raising past mistakes as ammunition in every argument. You set the standard for how you both talk to each other, especially when things get tough. When you enforce this boundary, you're saying we talk to each other as equals with respect and integrity. And if they can't do that, then they're showing you the real character. You see, real love doesn't use words as weapons. Establish this boundary and demand communication that's grounded with mutual respect. And if your partner, if they respect this boundary, it's a sign that they respect you. 5, no tolerance for disrespect. Now, respect isn't negotiable. It's the bare minimum. Now, if you're with someone who mocks you, belittles you, or dismisses your opinions, it's time to stop making excuses for them. Disrespect is a red flag that no amount of love can make up for. In a healthy relationship, both partners uplift each other, even in disagreement. Establishing a boundary against disrespect means drawing a hard line, making it clear that belittling, sarcasm, or public shaming has no place in your relationship. This isn't about being overly sensitive. It's about valuing yourself enough to demand that others do the same. The moment disrespect enters the picture, love leaves the room. And here's the truth. A partner who truly cares won't need constant reminders to treat you well. When you set this boundary, you're telling them that they either respect you or they lose you. Zero tolerance for disrespect isn't about being harsh. It's about setting a standard. Demand it unapologetically. The right partner will honor it, and the wrong one, well, they'll be intimidated by it. That's your filter. 6, trust as a two-way street. You see, trust isn't just about faith. It's about transparency. And let's get real. Trust is a two-way street, not a blind leap of faith. You can't trust someone who hides things, who acts shady, or expects trust without putting in the work to earn it. You see, healthy relationships are built on foundation of openness and consistency. And this boundary around trust means setting a standard for honesty and accountability. Now, if your partner wants trust, they have to prove themselves worthy of it. They can't expect loyalty while they're breaking promises or hiding details. This isn't about being overbearing or mistrustful. It's about demanding transparency as a basic foundation of respect. Demanding mutual trust is about creating a safe space for both partners to be their full, honest selves. If they're not willing to be open with you, then they're not ready for a serious relationship. When you establish this boundary, you're saying, trust is earned, and I won't settle for anything less than mutual transparency. A relationship without trust is an illusion. You set this boundary and you let it separate the genuine from the fake. 7, family and friends. In a healthy relationship, outside influences shouldn't dictate your connection. You see, friends and family, they matter, but they don't control your relationship. And too many relationships are destroyed because one partner, they let outside opinions interfere. And you need to set a boundary that defines where those opinions end and your relationship begins. This boundary means maintaining respect for each other's family and friends while not letting them dictate or control your choices. Make it clear that your decisions are yours alone. If they constantly criticize your friends or family or try to cut you off from them, they're crossing a line. In a secure relationship, your partner supports your connections. They don't restrict them. Demand that they respect your personal relationships as part of respecting you. Healthy boundaries around family and friends protect your independence and autonomy within the relationship. You see, real love will never try to isolate you. It will encourage your connections. Set this boundary to make it clear that your life outside of the relationship is just as valuable as the life you share together. 8, support, not control. You see, support in a relationship is about lifting each other up, not holding each other back. If your partner, if they can't handle your growth, your dreams, your ambitions, that's a red flag, not a minor issue. You see, real love isn't threatened by independence. It thrives on it. You're not here to shrink to make someone else feel secure. You're here to evolve, and a true partner will want to see you rise to your full potential. This boundary means setting the standard that your dreams are valid and it won't be sacrificed for anyone else's comfort. If they're constantly doubting you, trying to tone you down, or subtly suggesting that you limit yourself, it's not support. That is control. And you should be able to pursue your goals and passions freely with a partner who's cheering you on, not competing with you or dragging you down. You got to make it clear from the start that you only accept a partner who celebrates your wins, no matter how big or small. You see, support, it's a two-way street. You're here to build each other up, to encourage each other's growth, and enjoy each other's success as if it were your own. Setting this boundary isn't selfish, it's essential. You see, a true partner will respect and understand that real love only grows stronger when both people are free to pursue their highest potential without limits. 9, financial transparency. Now, money is a sensitive topic, but let's face it, financial issues are one of the leading causes of relationship breakdowns. You need financial transparency because without it, trust is impossible. If they're hiding debts, spending recklessly, or refusing to communicate about money, that's a problem. You see, love can't cover financial secrets. Transparency is essential. Setting a boundary around finances doesn't mean that you need to pool all your money or agree on every single purchase, but it does mean that there's honesty about spending habits, debts, and financial goals. Because like money it's about respect and responsibility. If one of you is financially reckless and the other one is constantly picking up the pieces, resentment will build. A healthy relationship requires both of you to be accountable and respectful about finances. So set this boundary early. Be honest about your financial situations, talk openly about money habits, and align your financial goals. You don't have to be identical in your spending, but you do have to be real with each other. If they're not willing to open up about money, it's a warning sign. This isn't about materialism, it's about integrity. See, the right partner respects his boundary, understanding that the financial responsibility is the backbone of a stable, trust-filled relationship. 10, self-respect above all. You see, your self-respect is the foundation of every boundary you set in a relationship. Without it, you're giving someone else the power to decide your worth, and that's the road that leads to nothing but disappointment. You see, self-respect means knowing that you're worthy of love without having to sacrifice your dignity, your values, or your identity. If you ever feel pressure to compromise who you are to keep someone in your life, then they're not the one for you. Love that demands you to abandon yourself isn't love, it's control. So when you set this boundary, you're saying, I will never abandon myself to please someone else. This boundary is non-negotiable because it's what keeps you grounded, keeps you strong, and keeps you true to yourself. The right partner won't ask you to change or belittle your principles. They'll respect that you have standards and boundaries that you won't lower for anyone. Remember, a healthy relationship should amplify your self-respect, not diminish it. When you prioritize your self-respect, you make it clear that you won't tolerate behavior that's disrespectful, manipulative, or belittling. You see, this boundary is a reminder to yourself and to others that you know your worth. And when you know your worth, you won't settle for less. You got to hold this boundary firm, and you'll attract people who truly respect and value you for who you are. So there you have it, the 10 boundaries that every healthy relationship needs. Now, this isn't about playing games or setting ultimatums. It's about creating a foundation for respect, honesty, and growth. Remember, love without boundary isn't love. It's chaos, confusion, and compromise. So you got to set these boundaries and hold them like your life depends on it, because in many ways it does. Your peace, your happiness, and your self-worth all hinge on these standards. Don't lower them. Keep these boundaries, and you'll find yourself in a relationship that elevates you, not drain you. If you enjoy these videos, YouTube suggests that you might like these videos right here. But before you click on any of those, make sure you smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe if you haven't already. See you on the next one.